Hello everyone, today I want to create a simple program in Android Studio. The program is just to display some messages, like as you enter your name, it will display like a greeting message to you. What is the aim of creating this simple application is for you to be able to create a simple logic in Android Studio without looking at any tutorial or without you looking at any code. But I created this application on my own, trying to test my knowledge on Android development. So let's start. Go to your Android Studio, go to File, New Project, click on New Project, create a new project in Android Studio. Use empty activity. Let's name this application Simple Greeting Application. Simple Greeting Application. Click on Finish. Allow the project to finish building. So our application has built successfully. So we are going to go to our XML file, give our activity, we'll make it linear layout so that it will be beginner friendly. Let's remove this default text. Let's make orientation vertical. So let's create a text view which is going to pop up the information, which is going to display the information. We'll make the width to be match parents, wrap content. We'll set text style to be bold, text size to be 20 sp. We'll give it an ID. An ID should be show name. So we'll set margin top. Let it have a margin. Let it have a gap from the top. Margin top should be 100 dp. We'll set text alignment. Text alignment to be center. Now the next thing we are going to create here is our edit text, which will be able to enter the information, that is the name that is to be displayed, whereby other information. Here the edit text is just to take in the name, whereby we'll set other information attached to the text view which is going to be displayed. But any information we enter, like entering our name on the edit text, will also be displayed on the text view. So we set our text view, weight is match parents, height is wrap content, hints. We'll set the hints. The hint is like a placeholder that you see on the website, showing you the information that you are supposed to enter. Once you start entering it, you will not see the hint again. So the hint will be enter your name. Let's set a drawable resources showing that the person is supposed to enter his or her name. So let's go to drawable, right click on it, new vector asset that we are going to use. We'll use person. Just search for person, click on this one, then next, finish. So we'll now write drawable left and we'll search for the name of our drawable asset, which is same as person. Let me increase the width of our text of this place. So now there should be a padding. Let me give a background to it so that we'll be able to see the drawable assets. Background should be gray, so I'll just set the default to be black. I'll go to the color section and change the color. Now you can see the drawable asset. There should be a gap between the drawable asset and the hint. That is, it should not be so close to each other like this. So I'll say drawable padding 20 dp. You can see there's gap between the drawable asset and the hint. So let's give a padding to our ID text. Padding should be 10. No, it's too much. Let's make it 5 dp. That is all right. So let's give an ID to it. The ID should be edit text enter name. Edit text enter name. That is our ID. Now the next thing we are going to create, let's give a margin from the text view. So margin from the text view, the edit text margin top from the text view should be 50 dp. 50 dp is okay. The next thing we are going to create is our button. The button should be match parents wrap content. The text should be show name. Now the background, I'm going to give a background, will be black. Text color should be white. Text style should be bold. Now there should be a margin between the edit text and the button. I'll also make it 50 dp. 50 dp above. Now I need to give it an ID. btn show name. Now I want to give a padding to all our information. Let me give text color to this text view so that when the information show up, we should be able to see it properly. Sorry for that. Should be black. So let me give padding to our layout. The padding should be 40 dp. You can see now the way it is. There's gap from the left and right, even up and down. So everything is set on the XML file. Let's go to our Java file. On our Java file, we are going to initialize a button. Say button show name. We initialize the edit text enter name. we also initialize the text view display name. So these are the instance that I give to my button. So I need to reference my button by the ID from the XML file. So I will say the first one, button show name is equal to find view by ID arrow dot ID dot btn show name. The next is edit text enter name is equal to find view by ID arrow dot ID dot edit text enter name. The next information is text view display name, which is equal to find view by ID arrow dot ID dot display. Please let me check the ID that I gave to the text view. Let's check it out. What is the ID? The ID is show name. Show name. So now we finish creating our XML file. We create the layout. We set the layout to be linear layout. Orientation should be vertical. Padding 40 dp. That is, it should be a gap between the left and right, the up and down. Layout match parent. Layout width match parent. Layout height match parents. Orientation vertical. We set a text view. The text view is to display our information, while the edit text is to take in information. While the button, when one click on the button, the information that is being entered from the edit text will be displayed on the text view. So we gave everything an ID. And we came to the Java main activity.java, the main activity.java, and we create an instance for button, an instance for text view. Then we reference it by ID from the XML file. Now we need to set an on-click listener to the button, so that when someone entered an information from the edit text and click on the button, it should be able to display on the text view. So we say btn dot set on click listener, new on click listener. As I wrote on, I will press tab. It will complete everything for me. So now when I've set an on click listener to the button, so when one click on the button, what do we want the application to do? We want the application to take the information that the person entered from the edit text and display on the text view. Therefore, we are going to set a variable which is going to store information which the user is going to enter from the edit text. So we set this variable. We are going to call it enter name. You can name it anything you like. So variable should be equal to edit text dot get text dot to string dot trim. So now the whole of this line of code, we take the information that the user enter from the edit text and store it in this variable here. So after it has taken those information and stored in the variable, what do we want it to do? Let's first of all validate the input, so that user will not just submit empty information. So we say if if enter name dot is empty, if enter name is empty, then edit text dot set error. There should edit text should set an error telling the person, please enter your name, please enter your name. So it will set an error giving the person information that the person should enter his or her name, because the edit text we don't want the edit text to be empty. What if the person has entered the information? Then what do we want the program to do? We'll now set the information that the person enter to the text view. So we'll say text view display name dot set text. So what do we want? So we'll now just, at this point now, we can just enter the variable which the person enter. We'll just enter this variable. So any information the person enter through this edit text, it will be taken into this variable. It will be stored in this variable. So once this variable has been set on the text view, any information the person enter will be displayed on this text view. That's why we wrote that text view display name dot set text. But we don't just want it to only display the information that the person enter. So we are going to set other information, like for example, can just say hello. So we concatenate plus the enter name that the person enter plus another string again, which is, let's just enter hope you are staying safe. So at this point, once the person enter the information and through the edit text, it will be stored in this variable enter name, and it will be set to this text view. So once the person click on the button, it will display on the text view. So but if the person enter and if the person allow the edit text to be empty, it will display an error, please enter your name. So let's run our program and see what we have done so far. Still building. A moment. So our application is done. What if I just click on show name, whereby I didn't enter any information? You can see it display an information, please enter your name. So what if I just enter my name, Monday? Let's see what will happen. It will show hello Monday, hope you are doing well, hope you are staying safe. If I change the name to Yoshi, hello Yoshi, hope you are staying well. So the essence of creating this application is just to challenge you that you should be able to create not this type again. You should be able to challenge yourself and create other type of app without looking at any code. That is when you should be able to think that you are improving as a beginner. So thank you for watching. Please, I would like you to subscribe, share to your friend, like, comment anywhere that you don't understand. Please you can comment below. If you subscribe to my channel, I promise you to create more tutorial, even a better one than this. Thank you.